A stunning court victory paves the way for South Sydney to make a comeback. Three passengers hurt as the Supercat ferry smashes into a wall. Good evening. Also tonight, Nicole Kidman to become Australia's richest woman as she and Tom agreed to split their wealth. There were red and green tears flowing at Redfern again today, but for the first time in a long while they were tears of joy. After more setbacks than they care to remember, the South Sydney Rabbitohs finally had a win in court. Now, the NRL is inviting them for talks on returning to the competition next year.
It was a victory sweeter than any premiership win.
Spread the word. The bunnies are back.
Jubilant Rabbitohs fans in full flight after the federal court paved the way for the club's comeback into next year's competition.
Yippee! That's what I reckon. Fantastic news.
The man who led the fight, South's president George Piggins, declaring it was time to put an end to the bad blood and return the battles to the football field.
I just thought that we were right and we were wrongly done by, and we were going to fight till we got justice, and we got justice here today.
South sued News Limited, the NRL, ARL and all the teams in the competition after being excluded from the premiership 2 years ago. Today, the court ruled the 14-team competition breached the Trade Practices Act by excluding particular clubs like South's.
There's been too much division, too much hardship, too much unhappiness, too many people in tears. And I think today is a day for the game to come together.
While the judgment fell short of reinstating Souths, News Limited said it would not take any further legal action to keep the Rabbitohs out, the NRL giving every indication it too would bow to immense public pressure and consider an application by the Souths to play next year.
Well, I think that they've got some hope, the Rabbitohs fans. I think that they fought a long, hard and a good fight.
The news passed on to fans at South's Leagues Club.
Sydney would begin immediate discussions regarding the club's participation in the 2002 competition.
While today's decision, it seems, marks the end of the war, there are still a few more battles to be fought. The case goes back to court to decide financial compensation for Souths. Legal bills alone already stand at more than $2 million. But for the fans, it's never been about money, just the chance to continue a tradition that has lasted generations.
I'm going to go for them and my children and my children's children, etc.
Souths will meet with the NRL next week. Other clubs who merged before the 2000 competition are also considering their positions. Christine Spiteri, National 9 News.
At the Rabbitohs headquarters, the party is still going on tonight. The fans who've stayed loyal for so long now savouring the taste of justice.
After so many defeats, they really thought they were at the end of the line. And then... For more than 2 years, South supporters have lived on the brink of extinction. Today, they came back from the end.
Well, absolutely unbelievable. It's the greatest moment of my life.
We deserve this decision, and we will save rugby league.
They deserved their win. From the day they were shunted out of the competition in 1999, the Rabbitohs, sometimes with superstar Hollywood support, have fought the seemingly hopeless fight. Some of the most emotional street marches Sydney has ever seen. Boosting George Piggins, club president and the biggest battler of them all. Today, appropriately, it was time to say, hail to the chief.
Together, people can move mountains, and that's what we did today. We moved the mountains.
There's not much doubt about that. And the emotion was to overflow all through a very long day.
Rugby League started with Souths and it will end with Souths. Never say die.
They won't.
They're bringing this game back to the people. This is the way it should be.
Born in 1908, the winner of 20 premierships, runners-up 13 times, contributing more players to test sides than any other, Souths has an extraordinary pedigree. Today, it all came down to 4 words.
The bunnies are back.
It was way back in 1925 at this ground that the famous sporting writer Claude Corbett, who just happens to be my grandfather, described South Sydney as the pride of the league. That was right then, and many believe will be again. Peter Harvey, National 9 News.
Sydney Ferries is struggling to deal with yet another crisis tonight.